Hi, my name is Hallie Strauss. I'm the owner of Hemotech Solutions, LLC. In healthcare, a critical challenge is the inconsistent availability of essential blood products due to irregular donations. Hemotech Solutions is pioneering a shift from donation-based to self-sustaining blood processing, revolutionizing reliability and accessibility to these products. This innovation expands the production of key blood products in vitro, eliminating the reliance of donors. This transition ensures a consistent supply, benefiting patients in need of urgent transfusions. Join us in the reshaping of the future of blood processing and transfusions for healthcare systems that save lives and enhance medical practices. So before I get into kind of the key points of Module 4, I want to address some comments from Module 3, made from the peers. So barriers for entry were brought up. Yes, there are a lot of barriers for entry, but if you have an idea and have researched and you're confident that this is a product that's gonna succeed, so you have data to back up your idea or product, it's very possible to be a successful biotech company as a grassroots company. Investment is a more difficult achievement, but there are a plethora of companies and individuals that solely invest in biotech startups. So that's who you would find. You would have your idea, you would have data kind of to back up your idea. What is the value proposition? And go to these different investors and determine, who, and they'll determine if this is something that they'd like to invest in. By the time R&D is complete, the technology is old. This is very dependent on the market and understanding your customer. If you're well connected in the industry, with competitors and with your customers, you'll have a great understanding of the technology to expect, what's being researched, what's up and coming, what's patent pending. You'll really be connected to upcoming technology. Although other companies may have an advantage when it comes to capital and infrastructure, research takes time regardless of who you are. You could be the biggest player in the sector, and it still takes time to research a product and to get that data. Which kind of leads to the next point. A couple of you guys have addressed something very important in my industry. It made me really evaluate my long-term goals for Hemotech Solutions acquisition. So once you have completed the research and development portion of the company, you could start going to those more established competitor companies with the goal of acquisition. Depending on your goals as a company, this can be a win-win situation. The other company gets a successful product or process to add to their already successful portfolio, keeping them the leader in the industry, keeping them, as successful as they are. Well, you get a huge payout, royalties, etc., depending on what your priorities are. So this is a good option if you're not really ready, or if you don't want to, as an owner, to compete with these large companies. If you don't want to compete with Thermo Fisher, you don't want to compete with Miltony, this is a great option for somebody who's made this process. You're ready to sell it. You want it to be on shelves, and you want to make good money from it. Maybe funding your next business venture in research or whatever. So that really opened my eyes to, wow, yeah, I really do want to have an end goal of acquisition. I think that's most. How do you create end user demand? The demand from users for my product or process is already in place because it has the potential to make a significant and positive impact on blood transfusion process. This is a process that already happens. It's already a necessity. People are already expressing a strong interest in what I offer in this company, given the potential benefits it can bring to the fields of transfusions, highlighting its importance in addressing crucial challenges and improving patient care. So evangelism versus existing need or category. So I'd say my product process combines elements of both evangelism and addressing an existing need. Human-Tech Solutions has developed an innovative technology that effectively addresses the shortcomings of current processes in the field of blood transfusion. So it's not a completely new maybe idea. I mean, this process, transfusions, blood products, cell expansion is already a thing that's already been invented. People have been using it forever. This is just hopefully addressing these shortcomings to become a new product. So it's a new product and process. Maybe those are the components of evangelism, but it's a known issue, and it's a known transfusion is a known entity. So kind of already an existing need. I don't need to create a market for this. There's a huge market for it. There's no market production on my end. So how does it differ on the web versus other channels? It took me a second to kind of comprehend this question and what this really means for my company. I took it as a way to, how am I going to use the internet to further my company? So this would offer international global reach of blood banks, hospitals. It also makes it easy to research companies for collaboration and or acquisition opportunities. So pretty much just opens up opportunities for far reach, global reach. Marketing campaign will be hopefully to get 1 or 2 large players in the industry, large blood banks. You're talking Life South, you're talking maybe even hospitals, Shands, North Florida hospitals, just getting 1 or 2 players interested, and you can get them using financial figures. If you're able to say, hey, this is gonna do this to your revenue, this is gonna increase your profit by this much, you're able to put this back into the company, self-sustaining, get them on your end, and this can set yourself up for acquisition. If end goal is acquisition, the more people, the more companies you have on your side, the more data that you have, the more financial figures and models that you have, the better. Did anything change about value proposition? Well, I think my value proposition didn't change. I must note that my goal for the company has changed. I'm no longer looking at a long-term customer basis, more so looking at ways to better position the company for acquisition, getting sales in the books, showing that this is a reliable product that will sell. It'll help you obtain these new relationships, and hopefully be acquired. I haven't really thought about what those acquisition terms would be for the company on a dollar point of view, or royalties, or what those percentages look like. But you really need to assess the company's value and say, okay, what do we think this company is worth? What are things that bring value? So the relationships that you have with companies like North Florida, Shands, blood banks, what are those relationships worth? Because if you get acquired, they're also acquiring all the relationships, your customer base, and so on, your research. So to do for marketing, I think a big thing is to attend relevant conferences. Realistically, I already do that in the blood banking industry. I attend conferences. This is where big players in the industry are attending, and you're going to be able to see them face to face, talk to them. They can't ignore your emails there. You have to force conversation. Be an exhibitor at a conference, having a booth and showing your product, showing your process, while also showing financial figures. You kind of have to be careful with that. Some conferences look down on kind of sales pitches, but showing your financial figures, kind of getting in front of the customer to show, hey, this is going to benefit you, this is going to benefit the whole transfusion community, patient care, and honestly, cold calls. I mean, cold calling banks to hopefully set up meeting with the decision-making team, maybe the C-level team, to meet, hey, these are our financial figures, this is what we can offer you, this is how it'll benefit you. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm still wanting to look more into the finances side of the company and what an acquisition would look like, percentage-wise, royalties, in company valuation, and what it takes to really assess the value of your company. So yeah, thank you.